Yeah, good morning, wonderful. We welcome to the program this morning. This is Bystanders and Newsstands. I am Christian Chuku. Yes, we are here this morning to look at the papers. I have the Dot Nation behind me, Mr. Raf Tresvant. I have also Mr. Matthew, Mr. Chigozie Ezendigbo of the Bystanders and others here this morning. Let's move over.
The Dot Nation.
Thank you very much. I have the Vanguard newspaper. I have the Vanguard.
Oya Nyuku, meaning. Go and buy your own.
I have the leadership newspaper.
Ignorant like you. This is the same Biafra you are promoting. Wear them now. Come and get away, my friend. Don't worry.
Wait. The Vanguard, we have the main headline on the Vanguard this morning. Global competitiveness. Over 30 taxes choke industries in Nigeria. 17 bills on more levies pending in National Assembly. Stat 6 above global average of 23 plus 37%. SMEs lose 9% of yearly income. Stakeholders start way forward. The Sudan war, Nigerians' only way out is evacuation by road. The Sudan war, Nigerians' only way out is evacuation by road. That's from federal government. Asking Nigerian students in Sudan to stay indoors, say it's dangerous to move to borders. Visa officials exploiting us at Ethiopian border. Nigerian students cry out, say we are dying of hunger, no medicine. As people flee over bombings, shootings, Yoruba students in Sudan seek Southwest governors' intervention. Let's move on this morning. On the 10th National Assembly, Betara Wase Jaji in 3 horse race for Speaker. How to tackle insecurity in Nigeria? Italian envoy advises the military. We have nationwide blackout looms as generation fall below 4,000 megawatts. Nationwide blackout looms as generation falls below 4,000 megawatts. APC dissolved presidential campaign cancel. APC dissolves the presidential campaign cancel. Let's move on to the leadership this morning. We have a conflict in Sudan. Africa slow to act as world scrambles to contain crisis. Africa slow to act as world scrambles to contain crisis. 20,000 refugees head to charge. More may flee fighting. We are monitoring the situation. Defense headquarters says we are monitoring the situation. And 5 million Fulani Nigerians living in Sudan, ex-NIAGG. 5 million Fulani Nigerians living in Sudan. That's from the leadership paper this morning. We have Nigerians celebrate Salah amid prices hike, low disposable income. Nigerians celebrate Salah amid prices hike, low disposable income. As Anambra to establish missing persons bureau. Anambra to establish missing person bureau. Bandits release 4 female students of FGC building Yauri. Bajabia Miller, others. More as Saraba member-elect dies. That's what we have this morning. I have Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew. This
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
They say went to elephant fight.
You
give a chance for that people. Good morning. Let's look at the Sudan situation. Let's look at how Africa, especially Nigeria, is acting in evacuating its citizens.
To be quite honest with you, it's a very difficult situation. And I sympathize with Nigerians who are in that country. And though Nigerian government is not quick, is not swift in acting when her citizens are in despair, in need, and abroad. But the situation of Sudan do not even give Nigerian government don't have what it takes to go for such.
I need you to break it down.
What I'm trying to say is
Nigerian government does not have what it takes.
Yes, because you have a situation where it's free for all. And if you are going for evacuation, it's not even rescue mission. It's supposed to be evacuation.
Yeah.
There ought to be window of ceasefire.
Yes.
To enable people to go there and evacuate their citizens. Even the best nations of the world, like America, France, still have their citizens who are trapped there. America, the way they even evacuated their people in their embassy, their diplomats, is even in a military operation. So it's like a commando form. So it's a very difficult. America special forces like 100 personnel went to rescue their diplomats. No, they have their citizens there as we speak. They merely evacuated.
Over 16,000.
Even I think German aircraft that was going for evacuation have to turn back. So it's a very serious situation, and I pity Nigerians. I sympathize with Nigerians who are there, because I can understand that Nigerian government is talking about synergizing with the Egyptian government to see whether they can through road evacuate Nigerians. But it's quite unfortunate that you come from a country where your government do know how it takes to protect you locally. And if you are in a problem like this nature, it becomes a problem for the government to act. But I hope we are going to get to a situation where the two parties, the two fighting sides, will cease fire to enable foreign nationals evacuate their citizens. Even when we had the issue of Ukraine, even when there was a window of opportunity to evacuate Nigeria, Nigerian government took them so long to act. When we had the issue of Nigerians facing problem, I think in South Africa,
yes,
it took Godfrey Nyema, the end of the MD of this airline, to Epis to intervene personally. So it's quite unfortunate that Nigerian government, they don't place good premium on Nigerian citizens.
I want to understand.
Even the area where they had the capacity to help, you don't see them coming out fully to exercise that diplomatic help.
You're saying Nigeria doesn't have rescue?
No, I said they don't have what it takes. At the way it stands.
But that's a big word. What it takes. That means...
what it takes is, if America that have all the technology, all the air platform, is still having their citizens trapped, I think you should know what Nigeria is facing. Okay. But I only sympathize with Nigerians who are there and Nigerians who are all over the world. Because when issues of this nature come up, you are at the mercy of God. You are not, because normally, even if you have Nigerians being killed, what can Nigeria as a government, what can Nigerian government do to even, in terms of diplomatic relation with other countries, do to protect our own citizens? It's quite unfortunate that we are in this part of the world where the government is almost handicapped.
Okay. Looking at the war, what constitutes the war? What is the reason? Do you know the reason of the war?
It's a rival conflict between the former two allies, the military president and his deputy. It has nothing to do apart from struggle for supremacy. Okay. But I think at that level, they should know that human life matters. Because at the last time when I read about it, I understand that about 400 lives have been lost. So I think they should give peace a chance. If not for any reason, to enable foreign nationals, foreign countries to evacuate their citizens.
Okay, let's move on. This morning, there's a looming crisis in the power sector. The 4,000 megawatts dropped.
It's quite unfortunate that this government, Muhammadu Buhari government, was not able, or will I say is not able, is already going to address the issue.
Let's say it was not able.
It's almost going, Abi. He's not able to address.
He's not able, that means
he still have time to work. Yeah. He's not able to address the issue of power sector. Buhari came in and inherited about 4,000, about 4,000 megawatts of electricity in terms of transmission and distribution. And how can you tell me that after 8 years, you only added about 500? Because as we speak, we only have about 4,500, not over 5,000 megawatts of electricity in terms of distribution, transmission and distribution. And it's on record that before this government came on board, we had the capacity to generate about 12,000 megawatts.
Okay.
Because it's a different thing to generate, it's another thing to transmit and distribute. Now, why is it that 8 years after down the line, this government is not able to improve on our network in terms of transformer, in terms of step down, to make sure that we are able to evacuate all we have tendency, ability to generate. So if you look at that area, I will tell you that Buhari's government is a complete failure. Because all the money that have been voted into power sector since this government came on board, I think Fashola also made it abundantly clear that before they came on board, they inherited generation capacity of about 12,000 megawatts. So what is our generation capacity now? And currently, we are transmitting and distributing less than 5,000 after 8 years. So it means Buhari squandered the whole of the 8 years, wasted the whole of the 8 years, all the budgetary allocation, all the monetary intervention in power sector have gone without any headroom. It's quite unfortunate.
Okay, next on the line, Nnamani has asked P2B to drop his ambition and mediate for the Southeast chances of having a say in this coming government.
What is Nnamani's? The truth is, Nnamani and co are part of the people who did not support Obi in the first place. Because even while he was in PDP, he was supporting APC. So for me, he's in APC. For me, he has no basis asking.
I think he lost, yeah.
He has no basis asking Obi to jettison his case in court or his ambition. Because one thing is clear, there are so many areas we want court to make pronouncements, or the electoral tribunal rather to make pronouncements with respect to this just concluded election. I said it here repeatedly. In Lagos State, before the gubernatorial and House of Assembly election, Labour Party went to court, and court compared INEC on the basis of their guideline that they must transmit the election result electronically based on their guideline for the purpose of governorship and House of Assembly election. The same thing transpired in Akwa Ibom. So for people who argue that INEC have discretion, I'm not saying they don't have discretionary power, but hence you out of that discretionary power, you came up with your guideline. We want to know whether you have rights to abandon or to jettison that guideline. That's on one hand. Then the issue of network glitch that INEC cited for not uploading election results electronically from the polling units as I went through. We need an independent body to investigate and unravel whether INEC is telling us the truth. Because you cannot be a judge in your own case. So there are so many things we want. Like I said the other time, in Adamawa, in one local government, during the course of collation of results, they discovered that the manually collected result is at variance with result that was uploaded to the IRF. And the return officer have to, after appraiser, check and balance, you have to use the word in the IRF. I want to see whether electoral tribunal or any court will invalidate that decision. So there are so many things we want the court to decide on. Yes, because the way INEC is interpreting the Electoral Act, I don't think it behoves on INEC to be interpreting the Electoral Act, because INEC is already a party in almost all the cases in court. As we speak, it's on record that the Electoral Act empowers the polling agent at the unit level to announce the result at that level. Having announced the result, at this section 132, subsection 7 of the Electoral Act, empowers both the INEC personnel at the unit level, at the ward level, at the local government level, at the state level, to declare results at their various levels as you collect results. But the point I'm trying to make here is, if you have a situation where out of the 776,000 and something polling units across Nigeria, all the return officers in all the polling units have declared the result at that level, and you now transmit it to IRF, and somebody somewhere tabulates the result, how does that invalidate the Electoral Act? Because what INEC is telling us is that even as they have given the guideline, that the Constitution or the Electoral Act rather do not say they should collect result through e-transferred results.
Transmission.
So there are so many areas we need courts to interpret that electoral act.
Let it be clear to everybody.
Yes, we are not satisfied with interpretation of INEC. That is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, let's move on. 5 million Fulani Nigerians living in Sudan. That is SNIIADG.
I see that as a fallacious statement. Because
thank God it's being carried by paper now.
what I say is fallacious is if you what makes you a Nigerian is one either by birth or through registration. Is it naturalization? But what I'm trying to say is if you are somewhere in Sudan, Abi, and that is where you have been all your life, your forefathers, all your lineage, how can you wake up one day and start claiming Nigeria? We all know that Fulani live nomadic life. How can you move all the way from Sudan, you stray into Nigeria and start claiming Nigeria as your country? So what I'm saying in essence is, if you now say, okay, bring the 5 million, where is their ancestral home? Maybe you are from Imo State, Abi?
No.
Abia. Maybe we'll look for a place in Abia and give them. Or you will not accept. Because for me, bringing 5 million Fulani into Nigeria is like setting Nigeria on fire.
Imo State is better.
It's like setting Nigeria on fire. Because we all know, unfortunately, I'm not trying to profile Fulani ethnicity. But unfortunately, especially those who of course, almost all of them are real cattle, they are a menace to the society. There was a period, actually in 2010, Ghana as a Ghana government summarily chased Fulani herdsmen out of their territory because of their nefarious activities. So bringing 5 million Fulanis in the name of their Nigerians into Nigeria
Fulani Nigerians
will be a recipe for anarchy. Because the one we have currently, they are the ones going about in the name of bandits. They have now turned terrorists of recent. The government have designated terrorists. I'm confident to say because Shai Gumi, who should know better, once said that don't kill the Fulani, the herdsmen, the killer herdsmen, the bandits, the terrorists. He said they are our people. He was even advising before the election, don't vote for anybody that will fight the terrorists, the bandits. And using terrorists because they already designated terrorists. And certain terrorist organization hitherto before government designated the terrorists was a bandit organization. So I can confidently call them terrorist organization. Or the people that attempted assassination attempt on the city governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, that go by the name of Fulani Nationality Movement. You still call them bandits or terrorists? Because I can understand you want to be careful in your choice of words. But I can tell you that unfortunately, the Fulani have made themselves an endangered species in Nigeria. Because nobody wants to have a Fulani as his neighbor. That's the truth. It's different. The Fulani is different from the normal Hausa. I'm telling you the truth. I've seen, what I want to say is but I've seen an Hausa man here in Lagos who prefer to vote for a Tinubu rather than to vote for Atiku because Atiku is a Fulani man. The man I'm talking about is an Oba here. He's from Sokoto. And while I had that conversation with him, he said that it's the same thinking of everybody in his locality in Sokoto State. To tell you that what we suffer in the south here, in the hands of Fulani, the north equally suffer it. The people you see hibernating in the forest, in Kaduna, in Zamfara, in Niger, in even the whole state of in Benue, even the whole state of Mr. President Katsina. These are Fulani herdsmen living in the forest. So it's quite unfortunate that somebody will be telling us that you have 5 million Fulani, Nigerian Fulani in Sudan. We don't need them. They should stay in Sudan.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bayo Dosumu. Yes, well done. Watching from Canada. And I also have Voice Communities. He's quoting Hadley Chase. He said, Nigerians, if you want to stay alive, get rid of your barbaric, incompetent, wicked, selfish, arrogant, clueless oppressors and dictators. That is from Voice Communities. Good morning.
No, that is from James Hadley Chase.
Yes.
Want to stay alive? Start by Poctoholo. He will ask you a question. Do you want to stay alive? You will say yes. He will tell you what to do. Failure to do that, he will put slugs in your head. I read the book. 1980s. So, Christian, good morning, and good morning to you, dear voice community. I feel your comments. Good morning, Mukaila Ogami. Good morning, Akim Olashupo. I would have to stop here so that our time will not just be pending.
Let's move on. We have 5 million Fulani Nigerians living in Sudan.
Yeah. 5 million people living in Sudan. 5 million. 5 million of them anyway. I think the 5 million, first million, 5 million.
5 million Fulani Nigerians.
Thank you, living in Sudan. I don't think they are Fulani Nigerian. Because if you trace the history of the Fulanis are all over Africa. There are Fulani in Ethiopia, Burundi, Somali, Sudan, Ghana, Niger, Chad, all over Africa. They are there. Even in South Africa, there are a particular Fulani we trace to Southern Africa. I read one of the book, Dundari, the Fulani creation story. He's a Fulani man. He wrote the book. It's from Southern Africa. See, they are of species. See, if the government is saying they are going to ferry the Fulanis back to Nigeria again, let me tell you, Fulani, federal government is like going to Sudan to bring another problem additional to our problem. Because we find out that in Nigeria here, Fulani constitute a lot of nuisance in Nigeria. Where are the so-called Meti Allah? Meti Allah that said that they are strongest tribe in Africa, that nobody can stop them. Meti Allah should go to Sudan and rescue their own. There are association of cattle rearers in Sudan, Fulanis are in Sudan, Fulanis are in Chad, all over Africa trading on what? Livestock, cattle, goats, you know that kind of thing. So what happened in South Africa is taught the whole world lesson. When Igbos were being killed and maimed, we have the highest number in Southern Africa. An Igbo man, an Igbo brother, Allen Onyema, he used his aircraft, he went to Southern Africa, he could not rescue only Igbo man, he rescued Yoruba, he rescued Hausa, all of them, and brought them to Nigeria at his own expense. Federal government did not act thinkable. So if Fulani are what? Stranded in Sudan, Dangote should go there. There are many of them that get money. Dangote should go there and bring the whole Fulani 5 million and store them in his own community. It should put them there so that they will constitute nuisance for his community. You are bringing Fulani 5 million in Sudan. How sure are you those people are Nigerian Fulani? When they are telling you people lies, you won't ask questions until they apologize and tell you the word gospel truth. I give you reference. Last week, Buhari confessed of what? Maltreating Nigerians. He apologized and eventually said, if he hands over comes 2029 May, he is going back to his ancestral land in Niger. So all this while, Nigerian politicians know that Mr. President is from Niger. Still, they are contesting with him when he said that Atiku was a stranger in 2019. That Atiku is from Cameroon. Why he himself knew he was Niger. Okay, let me tell you, Buhari punished us as a result of what? Too much gullibility and docility. We can easily be deceived. That's why we allow somebody from Niger to rule Nigeria from 2015 to date, which is 8 years. He built railway to Niger. He did not build railway to Enugu. The so-called Minister of Transportation, Azubika Amechi, Buhari could not construct a railway from Nigeria, from Abuja to Ikwere, Imo State. Just imagine. Look at that kind of wickedness. He is going back to Niger. Obasanjo knows that Buhari is from Niger. He still allowed it in 2015. Allow him to come in, even though he could not present ordinary GCE certificate to Nigerians. His result, WAEC attestation was wrong, was fallible. Some West African countries among the WAEC member, nation, they were saying that no, there's no result like that in their system. Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and the rest of West Africa. This man brought forward false certificates. And they said, go, you can, even if we present NITEL. Kotsi, Adam Ochomola and co. Selfish politicians. See, let me tell you, Fulani contingents in Sudan, they should fight for their own. They are posing dangers there. That's why they are killing them. God purposely did it. So that the Fulani herdsmen, they should attack Sudan and take them. Yes, the money budgeted by Nigeria in 2018, 100 billion. If they not procure arms with those money, they should send some cargo some to Sudan for those Fulani herdsmen, so that immediately Sudanese forces shoot, they will shoot too.
That place is a war zone.
Mighty Allah confronts Nigerian farmers. War zone, war situation in Nigeria for over 8 years. War situation in Sudan could never be more worrying than the situation created by Fulani herdsmen across Nigeria region from 2015 to
the world powers find it difficult to evacuate their people from Sudan at this point in time.
Fulani has claimed that they are the world, the tribe, the strongest tribe in West Africa, so they can withstand the Sudanese forces and those civilians created by, those forces created by civilians that are countering Sudanese forces. They can create the one that is stronger than both of them. They are Mighty Allah. Have you forgotten what Mighty Allah chairman, president, across Africa said about Fulani? They are the best, that they can do all manner of things in Nigeria. So Nigeria is different now. Sudan is different. Okay? Let everybody take care of his own. See, let me tell you, if you bring 5 million Fulani to North, the whole northern tribes, all the tribes there, will evacuate their region. Because these people are why? Selfish. What? They are selfish. Insatiable. You can't satisfy Fulani man. They are politically what? Inclined. Over-inclined.
They are cunning.
If they come, they are cunning. If they come to northern Nigeria, let me tell you, the whole Zamfara will run. They are going to, see, Buhari is going to constitute more trouble for Hausa natives in the north. As I'm talking to you now, in Zamfara, the Hausa natives, local hunters, vigilantes, they are fighting Fulanis in the bush.
With AK-47.
With AK-47. BBC covered it. Federal government started crying. It's outrageous. Why? Why should you ask why? Is Britain not your colonial master again? They have rights to come to this land and do whatever they want. After all, this is an era of Fulani neocolonization of West Africa. So they should fight for their rights there. Do you know how many Igbos there? Do you know how many Christians are there? Do you know how many Yorubas are there? Why are we talking about Fulani? How many are there?
The Nigerian government says the only way that they can evacuate Nigerians from Sudan is by road.
By road? Thank you. Let me narrate it. Sudan is sharing border with Libya. I think a bit with Egypt. It is the biggest country when you talk about landmarks in Africa. If not that Southern Africa, is down there.
After they demarcated Southern Africa, it's now the third.
It's not the third.
When it was together, it was the biggest.
The biggest. Thank you so much. Sudan is very big enough. How far are Nigerians going to travel from Sudan to Egypt? How many kilometers? How many miles? How many weeks? It is impossible. Nigerian government always lie. See, Lai Mohammed has not seen anything to lie, to depend on telling lies again. A story has come. It's an opportunity for him to start doing what? Disseminating lies to the people, Nigerians in diaspora. Which road? To Egypt. When you have River Nile, straight across from Egypt, across Sudan. See, let me tell you, River Nile is the longest river in the world. It started from cross Africa and open up in, I think, Congo, Orange. Very far. So Nigerians will trade from there to Egypt. It is impossible. Although I know we are used to suffering. If you tell some of them, they will still take it and be suffering themselves. Listen to me. But let Dangote is there. He should align with federal government and make sure that his aircraft, private jets, bring all of them home.
It's a no-go area for aircraft.
It's no-go area because German aircraft saw what was on ground and it revised and went back to Germany. Oga, it has happened. When you are maltreating your brothers, if somebody that is stronger to you come after you, what do you say? Nemesis has come. Fulani, 5 million or 10 million, they should be there. They should find their way out. That's what I'm saying. I don't discriminate, but I do discriminate against people that have been killing Nigerian farmers. See, Agil Nabia, famine. No more famine in Benue. No more famine in Bauchi. No famine in Zafra. Ndienugu, they are famine. While their leg, one in the farm, the other one at home, because Fulani herdsmen living in the bush, in the forest of Enugu, they can strike anytime. See, when you say you are warlike, you are this, you are that, it is time for you to fight. You could not fight now. You are looking for federal government. Anyway, if they like, they align with Dangote. If they don't like, they should go and beg Allen and Onyema or Obi Jackson to freely give them his aircraft. Or Atweze is there. He's having over how many aircraft? It don't
And
happen.
the federal government needs to have it.
Federal government of what? Fulani and Niger Republic. That government doesn't, it doesn't interest me again because nothing good. There is nothing good about federal government of Nigeria. They keep on maltreating the poor masses. They keep on suppressing and, oppressing the innocent Nigerians. In favor of what? Their Fulani hegemony. Fulani comes from Niger, claiming that Nigeria is the estate of their forefathers. Courtesy. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa and the rest of them. That's why we are Niger area. We twisted it to Nigeria. Niger area. A Niger Okada man will tell you, say, who are you? I dey rule you now. Now me get here. A useless dirty Niger Republic Okada man has that kind of infantry to vomit shit, to be vomiting shit from their mouth. Okay, this time around, it's not only Nigerian Fulani that are in Sudan. Nigerian Fulani in Niger, they are there too. We are talking about Fulani, 5 million, while their number in Nigeria is 10 million. See, let me tell you, Kanuri are there. Kanuri migrated from Sudan. Kanuri that dominates Borno, northeast. They are there in Sudan, plenty in their large numbers. So what are we going to do this time around? Everybody should go there and help his brothers and sisters. The Igbo men that are there, they should cry out in Igbo. They should begin to send out texts. We are praying for them. We join hands to pray for them. And someone will do what? Philanthropically do what? Help. Send help to Igbos there. Fulani is not my brother and they can never be. I don't want to know what Funigas is thinking now. I'm just saying the gospel truth. Fulani, they are selfish. They are self-minded. They are clannish. The government of Buhari is Fulani government.
Okay, Namani has told the people that he should drop his petition and fight for Igbo interest in this coming government.
Thank you so much. Fight for Igbo interest in this government. Namani, is it Chimaroke Namani or Kenneth Namani? Okay, Chimaroke, the former Enugu state governor that wanted to kill Mbaka, he failed. The killing, the death of the Labour Guba hopeful in Enugu state, all fingers are pointing at Chimaroke Namani. Namani is not in the right position to advise P2B. Namani's family is PDP family. I'm saying it authoritatively. To drop his petition, Chimaroke Namani should go and rest. Should go and rest and question himself about his antecedents and what transpired between him and the Enugu. 8 years, for 8 years. Namani did a lot of many bad criminalities. Many unbearable acts during his tenure as a PDP governor in Enugu State. He is not in the position to tell Obi or to give advice, any advice at all to Obi. Because Chimaroke Namani did not support Obi. He aligns with Charles Soludo, who puts Odema Nelianundimo State. He aligns with them and he doesn't want Obi to excel. But alas, today, Obi has what? So high, like ego. Are you listening to me?
No,
his name written all over the hills and mountains of Africa.
Negotiate the interest of Southeast with Tinubu.
Southeast interest negotiation with Tinubu is wrong. He can't forget the petition. See, Obi will never ever do that. It is hope. It is Namane and the Tinubu that should go to Obi and beg him, sorry, we stole your mandate. Take it, we give you back. Instead of Obi going to Tinubu for negotiation, let us say that there will be no election that Igbo man will participate again in Nigeria. See, let me tell you, Chimaroke Namani is supposed to suggest to Tinubu to remove his hands there. Because it's something as disintegrating rejection of Igbo man in Nigeria. Failure to grab that mandate. Nigeria, bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you
We
very
don't
much.
need to tell ourselves to start negotiation for release of Fernando for Biafra referendum because I know strongly, I believe emphatically that there is nothing like, what do you call it, referendum in our constitution, referendum anywhere. Let me tell you, Mbazonia left Cameroon by force. No country can negotiate referendum with you. Catalina tried it how many years ago in Spain? Have you heard that Barcelona is separated from Spain? They are still there. Negotiation is not it now. What is it is what? I retrieve back my mandate from you. Okay. Or everything will go to pieces.
Okay, thank you very much. I have a Mazi Chigozie Ndigo this morning to address us on the newspaper headline. Good morning.
Good morning, Christian. I remember Mazi Chigozie Ndigo. To my esteemed fans, good morning.
Okay, we are looking at Nnamani, that's the Chimaroke Nnamani, Chibitobi. Withdraw your petition and negotiate interest of Southeast with Tinubu.
Is this addressing a particular concern, or is it trying to draw the attention of the media?
No, he's concerned about Igbo losing out when it comes to the largesse of this forthcoming government.
Dispensation. Well, you never can tell because my people say, Anaiji Abale Aruanya, and it is just a mere expression of his opinion or what they think might be in the interests of himself and his cronies. I think Obi is man enough to have known what is good and what, of course, the masses, not just for him, but for people who supported that possibility of a new Nigerians. So Peter B is just running under the mantra of this majority of the downtrodden suppress humanity within the Nigerian sphere, political sphere, who of life have been made miserable, and who decided to rewrite the history to change the narrative via, okay, you are blocking this, via the instrumentality of electioneering process. But unfortunately, that dream seems to have been temporarily truncated. To this intent is why I've got P2B was in election tribunal to seek for redress. From the revelation coming in recent times, especially in Rivers State, P2B won more than 50% of the total vote cast. Yeah. So why is it that INEC was in a hurry, in a rush, to declare an inconclusive election, a winner of an inconclusive election? That raised a very important question of credibility and morality on INEC Mahmoud. You see, why was he, even when the representative of the parties staged a walkout, that night he went on and announced the result when Nigerians were asleep. So you cannot tell a man who is seeking for a redress, who is seeking for justice, on what he perceived to have been an injustice, of course, meted on him and the majority of the populace, to forget about that. It means you are just a conspirator to what is happening. Haven't understood your antecedents. During your time, we know how Enugu people felt. They rejected you. We know how cruel and how devastating your administration was. You never entrenched democratic principles. So for somebody who decide to seek redress to constitutionally empowered means or litigation should not be discouraged. They should rather, of course, wait the legal proceedings, and whatever happens, of course, become the fate of either parties.
Okay, let's look at the situation in Sudan. Nigerians' only way out is evacuation by road. That's the federal government.
About 5,500 Nigerians was reportedly stranded in Sudan. So how comes the emergence of 5 million Fulani Nigerians?
Those are students. Like the first one are students that are...
How the go? My people say that when you see a woman running and holding his breast, her breast, it means that is not a serious case. So when a woman starts running in a state of emergency, he will not even mind whether his breast is dancing. He will run and forget if he wouldn't know whether he's tying wrapper. You see, for Nigerians or the media to be cooking such destructive narrative is unfortunate. What we should have done as a people is to borrow a lead from what is happening in Sudan. When there is lawlessness, when there is abuse of power and recklessness on the part of the political elites of those within the corridor of power, it is just a respite for catastrophe, for calamity to befall on everyone. So, what is happening in Sudan possibly might become the history of Nigeria if the political elites refuse to caution themselves. If they refuse or continue, perhaps, with the level of suppression, subjugation, intimidation, and ethnic profiling, it will end up in the most destructive and unimaginable experience. Sudan might be a far cry to what might possibly erupt within this the unstable contortion following the recent antecedents. When I read some history or documents of 1966, what led the entire chiefs and elder councils and the entire Old Eastern region to come up with a statement of facts which unifies their position was exactly what was happening. The killing, the profiling of the Eastern people. When I mean not just the Igbos. You see, once you are an Old Easterner, you are being profiled and a target of brutality, a target of ethnic and bigotry and religious sentiment. So this exactly was what led to the breakout of the Civil War. And we are just at the verge of total collapse. Today is Sudan. Tomorrow, possibly or invariably, the high probability that Nigeria might become the next destination of anarchy, the next destination of brutality, the next destination of unimaginable conflict or civil war. Because when you fail to learn from history, history is bound to repeat itself. Just as Sudan is being plunged into another, perhaps civil war, due to contentions between the different, of course, political opinions. So when you can only avert such experience when you have a resolve and political will to address the mirrors of injustice, marginalization, and subjugation. The 3 R's or whatever, rehabilitation, reintegration, and reconstruction, have not been kept after barely more than 50 years. So where is the sincerity on the part of the government? I learned that the same Gowon is going to Abia State to do what?
To apologize.
To apologize for what? He is the mastermind of the genocide and the pogrom that, of course, was carried against the East, especially the Igbo predominant states. And ever since, Gowon have not come out to tell the true story of the Civil War, of what prompted, of course, the Civil War. So you cannot, of course, retire in peace if you refuse to say the truth. I'm not just saying the truth to the powers that be. Because you cannot watch your house burning and you think you'll be peeling granuts while the house is burning. It will get to a point, it will not, nobody can contain whatever fire that have engulfed the entire state. So it is my appeal to the political elites, should they consider the, of course, excesses and unfortunate actions.
We are looking at nationwide blackouts looms as generation falls below 4,000 megawatts.
It has never gone beyond that, so that shouldn't be. It will be a surprise if Nigeria can generate 4 megawatts that can be stable for 1 month. It will be a shock for me. Why? Because you cannot. What is 4 megawatts?
4,000.
Huh?
4,000.
It won't be enough for me to use if I'm running a company.
4,000 megawatts.
4,000 megawatts. You see? It cannot power public toilet, public facility. Convenience. That is what Nigeria, the whole country as Nigeria. 4,000 megawatts divided by 200 million. It's not going to even reach you. No, divided by 200 million, you see the level that your country is a bundle of shame. It's a total disgrace to humanity. We ordinary Ghana now here is talking about more than gigawatts. You are still talking of a megawatt, 4,000 megawatts. Isn't that a shame? How do you expect that such economy to strive? How do you expect such economy to move forward? How many multinationals have invested in Nigeria in the last 8 years? Because the evidence is clear. If they have invested in Nigeria, the government of Nigeria, of Buhari, wouldn't be talking of borrowing loans upon loans. You would have got some international, of course, revenues to run the affairs of the country. How many of the multinationals are still surviving in Nigeria? Why? Because you can't generate 4,000 megawatts and expect like Dunlop and other multinationals to remain. 4,000 is something they use to power their convenience in a company. And you are not talking about national grid dropping to 4,000. Below 4,000, you can't imagine. That is darkness. Nigerian government or Nigerian state is synonymous to darkness. Because a country that cannot produces less than 4,000 or 3,000, sometimes 2,000.
Jarek says Ghana is a tiny country.
In the craze, you know, get sense. Ghana is a tiny country. In what respect? I don't know, productive. A tiny country in what respect? Generating more than, take the ratio of the population of Ghana to their national grid. He should be ashamed of himself. Where he's living, can the country he resides in generate 4,000 megawatts and is enjoying stable electricity power every time? Such people should cover their faces in shame. They are the reason why Nigeria is celebrating mediocrity, celebrating failure and impunity. What is 4,000 megawatts? A common local government can generate 4,000 megawatts will not be enough to drive the industrial hub within a local government. I am talking about 774 local governments, including FCT, using less than 4 megawatts or 3,000 megawatts. and you have the guts to open your stinking mouth to talk.
Let's not use the words.
No, that is stinking mouth is just an understatement. I'm trying to be moderate and fair. You see, trillions has been expended in this power generation project without any results. The same thing applies to agriculture. Billions have been expended without any result. The same thing with the turnaround and maintenance of the refineries. Is this not enough to know or to confirm that Nigeria is a cost country? Huh? A country that cannot generate a local government, that informs the reason why you'll be carrying your desktop, what is it called? Power bank everywhere.
No, even the vice president carries power bank.
You carry power bank now. That is to show you the level of destruction, the level of damage Nigerian system has been plunged into. And the fortunate thing is that most of the Nigerians seems not to understand or appreciate the depth of decay, the depth of rottenness. An individual can generate more than, what is mega? Mega is nothing to write home, it's just a power bulb. And that bulb can be sustainable. You should be talking of look at South Africa, how many? More than 5,000 gigawatts. We're not talking mega. Mega is just like you recharge 100 naira MTN and you load data. So what can you do with that?
That means the incoming government has enough to do.
If I thought they will survive with this, because already we are in darkness. And that's why it informs the reason why you sleep without light. You can't, a common barber can't function effectively. Common barber shop, they need the support of a standby generator. What kind of economy is that? How do you expect the economy to thrive? Coupled with the insecurity that have ravaged, that have scattered the whole length and breadth of this country. So where the problem is more bigger than the people coming to manage the problem.
Okay, thank you.
So that is the fundamental issue. And you don't expect any miracle, of course, coming from them. Because unfortunately, people who told you they will step into the shoe of a man whose presence was not felt. And invariably, his absence will mean nothing to us.
Okay.
So that is the more problem. It's not just about Buhari,
Thank you very much.
who told us that he can't wait to retire to Daura or possibly Niger Republic, where he has built an El Dorado, where he has built the state-of-art refineries, and have built railway, of course, to move his cattle from Castina to Zamfara
Thank
State
you very much, Mazi.
at ease,
Chigozie,
while the rest of the Nigerian people are left
this morning.
to dive into abject penury, poverty, and agony. What a shame! What a country!
Thank you.
It's unfortunate.
God bless you. Thank you very much. Oluwawan
Christian,
Ogba,
Isikisi, East Colorado, Ogbawan, and back.
the Mafiso.
The Mafiso. Huh? No.
The Mafiso.
This is the forest department lion, the Mafiso. Oluwawan, morning everybody, website, East Coast, and East Colorado.
What is happening?
Most especially voice communication, everybody, I can see your people analyze it, telling us the reality. So we are here to tell you the reality too. So good morning to everybody.
What is happening in Sudan?
Sudan is there's a war torn in Sudan. Different people are fighting.
Nigerians are there, but they are finding it difficult to come back.
Many people are there. Nigeria is finding it difficult to come back because Nigeria is in a home where we are now. We are finding it difficult to live. So it's a dramatic problem for everybody, you understand? So that's why we always pray. Anywhere you are, you have to give your sense, your head, a language, that anything that happens, you take responsibility.
So if you are in Sudan, what will you have done?
You have to.
If you are in Sudan,
you make a decision on yourself. Don't wait on your government, because your government is not a government. You can see different government evacuating their national with a military helicopter, military prepared. But where is our own? They are all in Sabisa forest, taken over by Boko Haram. So who will rescue you? You have to rescue yourself.
Yeah, okay, the government says by road. Nigerians' only way out is evacuation by road.
How is it by road? From that place to where? To Nigeria here, a bit to neighboring country. Nigeria always bring language that will never.
You have
Chad.
Ethiopia.
So where they are fighting,
You have Egypt.
where they are fighting, ordinary communal clash is very dangerous to take road to escape that route. Now we are talking about a full-blooded war, army versus army, firing anywhere. The only alternative is by the air, because down everywhere is now occupied by the rebel, the government, by the unknown soldier. They are looking for who they will suck. So now telling Nigeria to use by road is like you are giving them language to be executed, which is a wrong statement. Mm-hmm. Nigeria should always give us a reality of our own. We are Nigeria citizens now, they should move by road. More dangerous. Because they can't afford plane, they can't afford anything. So they should bury their face in shame. Let Nigeria rescue themselves over there. That is the only advice I will give to them. Because waiting for the government, you are waiting for more of the problem.
If the government that has resources cannot rescue you, how do you rescue
Imagine
yourself?
you have to one way or the other. How did you find yourself in that place in the first place? See, because of here is so good, that's why you have to run scatter to find estimates. So anything that happens, you have to take care of yourself. Because you are not in America, you are not in France, you are a citizen of Nigeria. It's a demonic home. Nigeria don't have rescue.
Okay, 5 million Fulani Nigerians, yes, living in Sudan.
Imagine 5 million Fulani in Nigeria. Okay, the real Nigeria, they now say 5 million Nigeria. So language is complicated. So Nigeria is all around Fulanians. The president Fulani, the Asoro Fulani, everywhere Fulani, Daura Fulani. So they are trying to let us know that all Nigeria, Sudan is Fulani. 5 million. So they are giving us a false language, a wrong statement. They should look how they should rescue our people there. In a godly manner, you are a country, your people is there. Different countries are rescuing their people. You are telling your people to use land. Bad. Nigeria is a bad home. Nigeria is always bad home. Bad story. No, okay, the other time, there was an incident like this in South Africa. Nigeria voluntarily bring the whole plane, which is what is that name? You know, there's something Enyema, something like that. Yes, this
Enyema.
Yes. Imagine, and 1 million Nigeria like that.
Does the fragment don't they have their own aircraft?
Yeah, but that government is a pocketing home. They like to pocket you and I, pocket our blood, pocket our sweat. When there's a problem for them to appear and stand, they will be running at scatter, looking for where to hide, looking for who to blame. That's Nigeria for you. It's a country of no return.
So as you have come, you can't return again.
You can't return. Say you return yourself. Give them the language. So that's why Nigeria is a motherfucking home language. It's a fucking country. It's a Nigeria area. It's a Nigerian area. It's not a country.
So what is your advice to those that are in Sudan now?
Those are the Sudan. My advice to them is anyhow, they cannot wait for a demon to come and rescue them from a demon home. They have to rescue themselves with the power of God.
But it's risky.
Because it's risky. How will you go do? You have to even go yourself. Either you join a US citizen or you join France citizen or German citizen. Yes, that is another alternative. Because when you say you are in Nigeria, you are giving them more problems. They are angry. They are angry because everybody is angry. Because Nigeria is making people to be angry. We that in Nigeria, we are angry. Okay, the other side, how will they not be angry? So it's a problem. They say you don't escape through road. So they will not block the forest. Huh? Nigeria is just a giant for mount. Billions or trillions for mount. Only one plane, two planes will evacuate everybody down here. But they are doing like this. They are playing tricks.
Nationwide blackout looms as generation 4 below 4,000 megawatts.
Nigeria, nothing is working, you know. Imagine a president will be in a somewhere they will take off the lights. Talk less of ordinary citizens. So Fela have already said it many years ago. Say, they turn electric to candle, government magic. And government magic today, everybody have to candle your home by yourself. That's why I see me candle. If you don't have money, if you don't have money, me candle will not give you generator. You understand? So Nigeria light system is zero. They don't even know what is called light. It's only by the grace of God that you can see some seconds. They will just flash you. Now no more NEPA. There are different type of name now. All sucking our blood. Imagine no light. How will industry work? So that's why there's millions of youth roaming around the street, don't work. Because go to background, almost 60 company now background. They have left. No, we have mastered us. We have mastered our blood. We have mastered our system. All the industrial estate, all the old companies have left to Ghana because of what? Light is zero now. Light is gone forever in Nigeria. Except there's a magic within the economic government. Because light is number one. When there is light, darkness jackpot. But when there is no light, darkness will suck all of our blood. That's why darkness rule Nigeria. Because that light is not where to be found.
How did you celebrate your Salah?
Our Salah will just celebrate it in the name of Allah. Because we let there be peace and peace reign. Because
you enjoy yourself.
Any, we drink water and we survive. But let Nigeria take it or leave it. Let them find anyhow to go and rescue those our boys there.
Okay.
That is my language.
Thank you very much, Oluwa One. The Mafizo of Ogba, East Colorado.
West side.
Good morning, Okokodem.
Yeah. Mr. Christian, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Shall we pray? In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Oh Lord God Almighty, I thank thee, I praise thee, I worship you for making it possible for us to gather here again in a good atmosphere. I thank thee on behalf of Philip TV, who made it possible for us to have a space like this. I thank thee on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu, who is still alive. You did not forsake him, don't abandon him. You keep him alive and you are with him. No matter where he is, Jehovah, your hand is still upon him. I say, Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank thee on behalf of Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile. I thank thee for how you keep him alive and the wisdom you give unto him and how you protect them. They haven't kidnapped him. Lord, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank thee on behalf of IBOB Autopilot, IBOB Omada, IBOB ESN. I thank thee on behalf of Biafra National League. I thank this, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank thee, oh Lord God Almighty, on behalf of Biafran, IPOB, Autopilot, Medium Warriors. I thank thee on their behalf. Be praised, be magnified. And I thank thee how you're exposing the enemies of Biafra, the saboteurs in Biafra struggling. You're exposing them. They're going out one by one. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank thee on behalf of Donald Trump, whom you keep alive. I thank thee on behalf of Putin. I thank thee on behalf of Russia. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. Father, I thank you on behalf of Amateku. I thank you on behalf of Odwa Republic. I thank you on behalf of Igboho. Father, I thank you even on behalf of Nigeria. We are alive. We are not being like Ukraine or Sudan. Father, be praised, be magnified. It is by your own mercy. Father, I glorify you. Be lifted up in Jesus' name. Amen. I am Mr. Akbara, the new Okokondem in this second Republic of Biafra. Liba Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra, including the Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile, Simon Ekpa. Father, be praised, be magnified. I thank thee. In Jesus' name, amen.
Your prayer is causing conflict.
My prayer is causing.
You are supporting. You have factional prayer. You are supporting a faction, a warring faction.
Now listen, I support whosoever is right.
You have the prerogative to tell me who is right.
I have the point to tell them. If let us stop, I'll tell you how Russia is right. I'll tell you how Donald Trump is right. I will tell you. Let NATO, America, and Western Europe implement the agreement they reached in 2014 between Russia and Ukraine. Let France government and German government, they are the signatory in that agreement. Let them fulfill the war we end. The war we end. Let them fulfill the agreement they reached with Gorbachev when Russia, when Soviet Union want to disintegrate, that NATO will not build their base near Russia or in Black Sea. That NATO will not include the people that are separating away from Russia, all the whole Eastern Europe, into NATO. Into NATO and the European Union. They include them into the European Union.
Does that take away the right Ukraine has to join any body or association?
Yes, that agreement take it off.
It takes away the right.
Yes, you take it off.
Agreement between two countries.
Yes.
Take away the right of another sovereign country.
Who wrote in the agreement? It's not the nation. It's not NATO. It's not America. It's not Western Europe. And the communist world wrote it. That time Ukraine was in communist world. Poland was in communist world. Yugoslavia, Hungary, all of them were communist world.
If I want to stay out of the agreement, can't I?
If you want to stay out of the agreement, not NATO to come at the border of Russia and build nuclear.
No. Ukraine wanted to join.
Excuse
NATO.
me. Will America agree that Russia should go to Mexico and build their base? Will America agree that Russia will come to Canada and build their base? Will NATO agree that Russia will go to any Caribbean island and build their base, their military base? Will America agree that one?
They have not tried it, so we don't know what
Russia have tried. America said no. America resisted. Will Britain allow Russia to come to their base, their sea territory, and build naval base there? You see all this. Let us forget about Western propaganda. Let us stand on the truth. I'm not a Russian. Not that will I rush over there.
If given the opportunity
to go to
Russia,
do it.
If you are given an opportunity, you rush. Let's move on.
Oh, okay.
Let's move on. We have Nigerians stranded in Sudan. The only way out is evacuation by road.
You see, watch is so-called the Nigerian government. They are always negligent to their citizens. Nigeria don't know the value of citizens. That's why they went to Kenya, kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria value animal, value cattle more than human being. Look at in Liberia. 1991 in Liberia. Nigeria was the last people to evacuate the people in Liberia. They allowed the Liberians, both Liberian army, both Liberian rebels, to be killing Nigeria. I know one man coming from return from Liberia. Before he came back, he have 2 hands shot, cut him off. Because when Liberia catch any Nigerian man, they will say, your government is supporting some dough. Therefore, which one you want us to give you? Short sleeve or long sleeve? If you say short sleeve, the cut is from here. The cut is from here. If you say long sleeve, the cut is from here. But this one, I think this one come from Abia State. Unfortunately to him, they cut the 2 hands. They cut the 2 hands. No, long sleeve.
No hand.
They cut the 2 hands. They were trapped there and they were killing before, by the grace of God, so-called Ecomogo entered there and rescued few of them. But Liberian refugees were packed immediately and dumped them in Lagos. I think in the other border between Nigeria and the Benin, or in a Badagry area. They built refugee camp there, but their own citizens, they were not able to forget them. So that has been a problem of Nigeria. That has been a problem of that. Now look at this Sudan. They are going there now. See what they happen. Other nations are rescuing their people. But what are we advise Nigerian citizens over there? If really they are Nigerian citizens over there, what are we advise them? The war now is in the capital. They're stopping at the capital. Let them try to move out from the capital and enter the villages. If
you are in the capital, how will you move out?
My brother, that's a big question. That's a good question. Because now in the capital, there's crossfire. The only thing is this war took people to both the Sudanese, it took them unaware. It's not the war that they prepared. It's not the war that they mentioned. The so-called Janjaweeds, the so-called factional army, paramilitary. Oh, my brother, evil is not good to sow. It was the Abasha, the one they overthrow now that is in detention. So this evil that the Sudanese are suffering now. This paramilitary men is the people he used against Southern Sudan. It's the people he used against Darfur. Now these people have grown. And when the 2 sections come to an end, he built them up and called them his personal army that protecting him. Yeah. And the people, nations come to hire these people as machineries. Now these people have grown. Look at a whole faction paramilitary have over 130 something soldiers, well equipped, everything. Now, as they have overthrown him, the person in power now that removed the Abashia and put him to detention, not to go to ICC, they call him to come and hand over, prepare for civilian rule. The man told them point and play, which is the truth. You cannot hand over to civilian where we have two unit of armies in the same country. Let us bring the whole army under one unit, so that when we hand over, a civilian person can be able to control them. That's why the katakata is there. Because these so-called machineries or janjaweeds or paramilitary have built up all the whole gold mining. Sudan is the largest gold deposit in Africa. They are number 1 in Africa now, and they are number 10 in the whole world. Now, this one is getting money there. He pumping the money there. Like when Josabimbe was alive in Angola, he owned all the whole diamond field, reaching himself. And this one now owns every solid money, mineral resources all over Sudan now. He reaching himself. Why can you remove him? So he has everything to build work.
Okay, let's look at this report from the leadership. It says 5 million Fulani Nigerians living in Sudan. XNIIADG.
This is what I told you, that if there's Nigerians in Sudan, now it's only Fulani that Nigeria remember that are living.
No, this is the he cited that part. So we have other nationalities.
No, why don't he incited that they are Yorubas? Why not he incited there are...
the magnitude of persons that are there, I think we have more of the Fulani Nigerians there.
Incited that there's Yorubas there. Why don't he incited there's Edo people there? Why can't he incited there's some Nupe TV there? Why can't he incited there's some Hausas there? Why can't he incited there's some Igbos there? Only Fulani, because it's their brother. Now, there's nothing like a
Fulani Nigerians.
Fulani in Sudan. All the whole Fulani scatter all over everywhere. But in any country, they see there's a problem that we affect Fulani. They say Fulani Nigeria. This is how Emmanuel Buhari entered in 2015. He went to Central African Republic. Bring them back. There are Nigerians in Central African Republic. Why is it only Fulani Nigeria traveling out? Eh? They are not Fulani Nigerians. That
continue.
The Fulani, he said Fulani Nigerians are Fulani Sudan. If anything happens,
That's 2 minutes again.
2 minutes. Give her 5 minutes. Because almost what did they talk here? I want to come on, Mike. Okay,
There for now, yeah, not that.
Closing prayer.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry for that break in transmission. Yeah, we are back with Okokodem. Last question. I said, Nnamani. Last. You have like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Nnamani.
20 minutes.
To Peter
Add
Obi.
the zero. Add the zero.
Drop your petition and negotiate with Tinubu.
Now you see one thing. Nnamani is right. Oh, one. He's now a member of APC. Therefore, he would like his party to be in power. For that, he is right to tell Peter Obi, leave the presidency from our own party cabinet.
No, negotiate the interests of the Southeast.
I'm coming. Sorry. That's number one. He takes Southeast the covering up. Nnamani takes Southeast covering up. Number two, whether he takes Southeast covering up or not covering up, he's still saying the reality. Let Peter Obi consider things. I don't say he should withdraw. If he like, let him go ahead. But I pray you should not die like Hiroshi. I pray you should not kill him like Abiola. Because when Abiola win 1993 election, he boasts with America, he boasts with Britain, he boasts with the Western world, he boasts with the United Nations. And it was in presence of the United Nations, Commonwealth, they give him tea to drink. And who bring the tea? Susan Rice from America. Bring the tea. It was in presence of those people that support him that he died. Kofi Annan was there. Emeka Anyako was there. So let the Peter Obi be careful. I'm not against Peter Obi because he's Peter Obi. I am against the role he's playing. Peter Obi is my brother. If he died today, it depends me. I have a lot to lose. Although you don't know me physically. But if he died today, Igbo man have lost one of the figureheads. If Peter Obi died today, his family will be in problem. Nobody, what will be a widow? And a death cannot praise God. In death, Peter Obi cannot rule. Therefore, instead of it to cost his life and cost the life of other Igbos, let him quit. People know that he won. Really, Peter Obi won. People know that the whole world know that he won.
Let the court tell us that.
But listen, the court to tell you that is it not the court that postponed the hearing to 180 days? But then,
that's the jurisdiction that case will take.
Yes,
they are postponing it. It is law already.
By then, they will swear somebody in May 29. Somebody will surely be there. Then if they swear somebody in, with the same court reverses it again and said that person should get out. You are causing anarchy. You want to cause chaos. So Peter Obi are praying to him to consider. Look at only election. Look at how they killed the Igbos, even in our brother the West. See how they kill the Igbos, vandalize their properties, machete them. And the world you are hoping to, you are watching it, they do not do anything. People that come out to boast how they will destroy Igbo. If a Igbo vote, nobody arrests them. But it was the same people they arrest in Britain and telling us it's a mistake.
Okay.
Eh? Tell us it's a mistake. So let Peter Obi step aside. Let Peter Obi consider. Let us stand up and face with the reality. The reality is Biafra. Let Peter Obi leave the government of Nigeria to Nigeria and come back and let us unite together and rescue ourselves from this contraction called Nigeria. From this place, Fulani are coming to occupy from Sudan. Let us separate and go in peace. Now, let me tell you, if we have persons like Peter Obi, 2 or 3 come out and stand, pump and pray, stand openly for Biafra to be restored, will be restored.
Okay, thank you very much.
Will be restored. Thank you. I am Mr. Otmara, the new Okokondem, in this Second Republic of Biafra, led by Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra, plus the Prime Minister in government of Biafra in exile, Simon Ekpa. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazi Simon Ekpa. Long live autopilot medium social media warriors. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. I'm Biafra. Onana Panona. Oyandro Babu Guru. Nechande Chambonile. Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mehege Nnamdi Kanu Captain Udon. Now Jesus Christ. Amen. Come on, oppose me. No, I like this proposal. I also oppose me. Come on, oppose me.
No, Nahim.
Can you oppose me?
No, it's not yet to oppose you. When it comes,
Why should I?
So what's up? What's happening? Kilo Shele.
Baba, Nigeria, it's just, let's say, hell on earth.
Not heaven on earth.
That
is opposite, yeah.
You can just get money. Only when you have money you can enjoy Nigeria. So
okay.
That one,
let's move on. We have in Sudan. There's war happening in Sudan. Nigerians, the only way they can be evacuated from Sudan is by road. That's from the federal government.
That is stupid. I don't know. Although, let's even ask ourselves. The Nigerians that go to Sudan, which by what means?
Sudan is a country now.
We know. How did they get themselves here?
You're surprised, like, how come Nigerians?
I know you will still ask me 5 million Fulani. That is it. It's really bothering me. I was like, Fulani always claiming that they have Nigeria. So you understand? They have Nigeria. Imagine 5 million Fulani. They now come back to Nigeria. Wouldn't they throw away and now claim Nigeria? Say, okay, now it's our country, we won't collect them. No, let's just thinking of it.
Continue.
They don't feel it. See, you understand? This country is hell. They make sure they let me tell you one thing I see. And one thing I make to compose in my song to say, say if you want to be controlling someone for life, make sure you create an advocate for that person, whereby you will just be giving him something to survive. Take away health benefits, take away stronger benefits, take away life, take away realization benefits. Tell me, you will control the person for life. Imagine, if we get light, we can use it to create something good.
Why going to
you understand? Why are we suffering ourselves, going to other countries? The way we are always trying to move out, are they the other country trying to come to our country like that? If you see other country come to our country like they have resources where they want steal, that one sure. They not be mumu.
They are coming to invest.
Yes, they know now. This government, I don't just understand. I'm telling you, should I say federalism or government of the things? It's not even the solution. Imagine now, let me tell you, I want to use myself to do a sample. From like 3 days now, I collapsed. I was in hospital. You understand? I was in hospital. See, I was even collecting drugs. Even the hospital where I go, because of Silkio, I'm not able to pay. They stop the treatment and they don't even consider if I die. Tell me, the country that has no benefits. Now, I just choose the best. Say, let me come out. Maybe I can express my feelings and be free. Okay? I just come out and say, okay, let me just seek for help. Because of Silkio, I don't want to die. Now, tell me, if anybody now comes and say, bro, want to pay your hospital bill business and they take care of me, I don't chop now, my eyes go put me. Won't I obey the kind of a person? That is how Nigerian you. That is how. That's why I do say something. If I see anybody today that can say, bro, I want to sponsor you out of this country, forget about the investment.
Even to Sudan or Ukraine.
Even to Ukraine itself. Forget about anything. Okay, I will go because I know that then if I can able to work, if I can able to this kind of idea, this kind of brain that I have, okay, I will succeed. Even they want to collect their money, I will make sure say I pay them. At least for me to just escape in this hell on earth. Now tell me, okay, bro, Let me ask you, this country has future? Don't be lying.
Yes.
Okay, which future? Tell me one.
He has a future, but that future is going to be determined by you.
How?
That future is going to be determined by
When they want to kill me, if I sick, I collapse. Come on, I get some. Okay, give me treatment. Because of say, okay, I don't. Where did I go show life? Everything was hard. Everybody know where it's going. You stop it, and you don't even care if I die. Tell me now, bro. Okay, which future is that? We are only concerned, and we are only focused on praying.
Okay, we are looking forward to the coming government. Maybe they are going to do something.
Okay, well, I won't say anything about that.
Okay.
But let me tell you something. The foundation that is on ground may pocket him. Now waiting they fear me pass now. Now they fear me pass now. Now this 5 million. You don't even know 5 million. They are already a country.
It's a report now.
5 million words.
Fulani. If they come Nigeria, they go collect Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much.
They pray. They continue to pray.
Mr. Ni, good morning, Mr. Ni.
Good morning.
Yeah. I know you've heard most things that have been said. I'll just put it out to you, then you talk about it. Let's look at the Sudan crisis, the Nigerian factor. Now, bringing Nigerians from Sudan into Nigeria. This is the vanguard. So Nigeria's only way out is evacuation by road. You talk about this. Talk about 5 million Fulani Nigerians living in Sudan. That's a report from an ex-NIADG. Talk about nationwide blackout loss. Our generation falls below 4,000 megawatts. And lastly, talk about Namani to Peter Obi. Drop a petition and negotiate with Tinubu in the interest of the Southeast. You can start from Namani.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Okay. There's one thing we call Pyrrhic war, right? Pyrrhic victory.
Okay.
You know, it's a victory whereby you have lost more than actually what you won, right? And realistically, if the court ruling does not favor some certain persons, we might want to go into such situations. Now, what do I mean? No doubt, the people who Obi represents are minority. That's just the plain truth here. You don't want to argue it. They are minority.
No, I'm not having a conversation.
No,
Okay,
I'm speaking to
the
the reviewers
Yeah.
here, okay?
Yeah.
The people who he represents are minorities. The majorities are the houses, all right? Then followed by the
But
Yorubas.
Peter have said that he's not.
My brother,
His presidency is not
just no.
tribal.
Listen, there's what we call revised psychology. Okay? If you want to look at the agitation going out there, all right? When you look at the percentage of people who are agitating, when you have over 80% of them agitating from where you are from, my brother, there's nothing you want to say. That's just the truth. That is just the plain truth. Okay? The majority of the people who are agitating online and offline, okay, are what? Are those people from that extraction.
What about the Bini, the
Are
Yorubas,
those people
the
from,
Hausas
my brother, I said
that are also-
70, I did not say 100%. I said 70.
I know, I understand.
Okay?
Understand.
Are people from your extraction. That aside, what Obi is doing is constitutional. Yes, he has every right to what? To seek for redress in the court of law. But a person like the Sardauna of Sokoto said, my brother, accept this result in good faith. So many elders said, my brother, accept this what? Result in good faith. He is not as embittered as Buhari was in 2011. All right? He wasn't as embittered as Buhari was in 2011. In 2007. Buhari was embittered. Eventually, what did he do? He succumbed. Because when the elders spoke to him, they said, bros, listen. Is Obi telling me that if the topmost archbishop or a bishop in Nigeria telling that, my brother, listen, for peace, all right? For peace.
So
Have patience.
You should listen to Namani.
What
Oh,
Iman,
you consider-
what Inamani said. Fine, Inamani might not be the right person to say it, probably because of his antecedents. All right, but it's a good advice. But when you take in the messenger, you might see it as a very foolish advice. You might see it as a very foolish advice. Obi, listen, let me tell you the fact. Let me tell you the fact. I don't know why we are so particular about Obi.
Yeah, I don't know because
I don't know why.
Atiku also
Listen,
is part of this.
I have told you that I am not even worried about Obi. The person I am worried about is Atiku. All right, I am not even worried about Obi. But for those political, maybe those political gladiators who are discussing about Obi here and there, okay, if Obi, maybe by the rarest of chances, wins this case in court, you know what we saw in the gubernatorial, pre-election, might come in tenfold, and that would be so sad. You know what happened in Sudan? You know why Sudan today is crumbling. Sudan is crumbling because of egocentric leaders, two leaders who don't want to step down for a civilian rule. When this thing was in the build-up stage, there were some people who call themselves advocates, who were always on BBC, CNN, who as of today are nowhere near Sudan. Those people are either in Germany, in US, enjoying their asylum. And meanwhile, innocent people in Sudan as of today are what? Are trapped, are being killed. I saw a video yesterday whereby they were smashing people's head. And I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I pray we don't face this. I pray we don't have to go through this human, scenario in Nigeria. Now, going to the 5 million Fulanis in Sudan, I am not taking that as a fact because whoever said it would have just maybe is an hyperbolic statement. I am not even taking that serious. But if peradventure we have millions of Fulanis in Sudan, are these people, they are diasporans, right? Are these people remitting anything to our country? On which way are they assets to us? Because we have Nigerians who are diasporans in so many other countries who are remitting their diaspora fees. So those ones, if anything happens to them, Nigeria must at any time of the day stand up for them. All right? I just saw a news now. I saw a news now whereby the CEO of Airpeace, is dedicating himself. He said he would render that help to evacuate them from neighboring countries, that they will evacuate them either from Ethiopia or from Egypt. But what government needs to do is what? Be able to evacuate them to those neighboring countries.
Find a way to just move them.
But it's so unfortunate that Ethiopia
is refusing.
Ethiopia allowed other nationalities to enter their country. But Nigerians, they don't. Yesterday, this man, the foreign minister, one Igbo man like that, Oyema or something, said something about, he said something about this. He said, Ethiopia and Nigeria are in good relationship. But Shehu told him that is untrue. He said that is untrue because these guys are not allowing our Nigerian people. Then they now went to Dubai scenario. He said, we cannot deny the fact that some Nigerians also behave in a manner that is so unruly to their host nations.
Destroy the image.
They try as much as possible to act in ways that are irrational. But we don't know why Ethiopia is being hostile to us. But it's so unfortunate because we have a president who, because of maybe for the past 8 years, hasn't been so influential across board in Africa. Okay? And that would be so unfair for me to say that because Buhari is like that, Tinubu will be like that. It is unreasonable. It is what? It is unreasonable. Another question again that you asked is what are you? Now, about the lights. When Buhari came on board, our megawatts was around, I think was around 12,000 megawatts. Now we are on 22,000. But the distribution is the problem.
Below 4,000.
Below 4,000. There was a time the distribution got about 5,500. But now the distribution has dropped below 5,000. All right. The generation increased to 22,000. But the distribution is the problem.
You don't lie.
Okay?
He said 12,000.
Now, why I believe Tinubu will resolve this thing is because Tinubu was the first governor for those 1999 class of governors to introduce IPP. That that project was only truncated by the then president, okay, which is the beloved president of someone like Chigozie.
He's an Igbo man. Do you believe that?
He has also confessed it himself that he's an Igbo man. Obasanjo has one time confessed. He said when he wanted to get enrolled into the Nigerian army, one of the names in Papa take enroll an Igbo name.
That makes him an Igbo man.
You understand? In Papa could have been an Igbo man, but that is a story that I don't have full fact upon, and I don't want to dwell on it.
Tinubu is coming in today.
Tinubu will land by 2 p.m. All right, so people, you guys will see it on TV, and I believe with the reemergence of Tinubu now, I believe all the yeses, all the bad bellers, all the bad bellers, and people are saying that he's on sick bed, he's doing this, he's doing that. I believe they will shut up. People like Lucky here, they'll stop peddling their rumors. These are people who don't have a mind of their own. I believe that with Tinubu now, in the next few months, we will see the significant impact of Tinubu on Nigeria.
More talk. Mr. Lucky, 5 million Fulani Nigerians living in Sudan.
God bless you. Let me greet my people. God bless you. You are watching me. I'm just coming from somewhere, Korodu Road. Thank you for watching Flip TV. We give you all the best, the good news. We don't tell us there like TVC. We are one all over the world. People watch us. I want to watch. Thank you. You are watching me. May God bless you. Live long. My name is Lucky Yaguda. I don't know Lagos. Now 5 million Nigerians. Fulani
Nigerians.
What do you call the Fulanis? Are they really Fulanis? Are Yoruba not there?
5 million Nigerians.
As Igbo people not there? And I don't know there. Anyway, people you have there, you have them Muslim. They are Muslim. Yorubas and Hausa. If you call them Fulani, no problem. If they are coming, I hear 5,000. You say 5 million.
5,000 for the
Nigerians.
People living there. 2 conflicting reports. But we're going to do research on the second one because this is a Sunday paper.
But they are not able to move. That's the point. Because our government is projecting. What is sleeping? You know that. What happened in Ukraine? It happened in Ukraine. Ukraine, our people were still there shouting. Why? American small country have taken their people to their home. That's why we say we should do our homework very well. When you have a president who cannot even speak to the nation, who cannot address the nation, who cannot address the world, you say, what? Foreign policy is zero. For APC, I'm not be calling Buhari. I can't call Buhari alone. Tinubu contributed. Or Amechi contributed. Just measure APC. I should not be calling Buhari alone. Tinubu contributed because he said Buhari is a messiah. At the end, now you are touching yourself. A goat will born goat. A fowl will born fowl. A dog will born dog. Malu will born malu. So Buhari born Tinubu. So they are going to be the same thing. No abracadabra. Tinubu can do not change this country. You only have 4 years. Highest 2 years.
In Sudan, what will you advise those that are in Sudan? What do you advise them to do? The only way they can move
is very hot now. It's
the
very
only evacuation
hot.
is by road.
By road. Our government should liaise with any country that are very close, like Ethiopia. Liaise with them. And let me even tell you, Nigeria is a giant of Africa. I mean, is there anything Nigeria can do? I went to Sudan, give warning, say ceasefire. If you don't do that, we will enter as ECOWAS. They can't do anything like that. Why are you giant for nothing? We are not giant anymore. Now, they can do something. They should liaise with them because we don't have good foreign policy. We have a president that doesn't believe that. Even in your own country, we have been bastardized our own country. How would other country take it serious? They won't take it serious. That's why. Small country like Ghana, they have evacuated their people. Benin here, Togo here. Because our corrupt.
Okay, lastly, Nnamani tells the people to be drop your petition and negotiate the interest of Southeast with Tinubu.
That's number one betrayer. He's looking for ministers. Don't forget, he was suspended. They suspend him. They sack him. He betrayed PC and PDP. Today, he's telling Obi to drop this. Is he Obi mandate? It's millions of youth in Nigeria that went to court, not all Obi. Atiko went to court. Millions of Nigeria. Let's test court. We have tested a ballot paper. Let's Obi test court. If he go to court, if he lose, he lose. For now, he cannot go back. Okay. For Nnamani to be saying that, I expect Nnamani, your brother, support your brother. Let it test the court. And the youth are saying, we are going to court. Let's see what the judge will do. If our next chairman has failed, let's tell the judges. Let those judges that will judge, that will say, yes, this Obi do the right thing. Turubu do the right, win the election. Obi win the election. Atiko win the election. Let's test this. Something can happen. Okay. So not at the end, you are telling him to go back. Nnamani is a fool. And it's a betrayer. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Lagos. With that, we have come to the end of the program this morning. This is Bystanders and Newsstand. Please click on the like button and also subscribe to Flip TV so that you can get notified whenever we come up online. Yes, tomorrow I'm Christian Chuku for another exciting and wonderful edition of the program Bystanders and Newsstand. I'm Christian Chuku. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.